I'm Johnny Mac with 5 good news stories. Yeah, that was an elephant on the highway. What did you think it was? This happened in Italy. In hilarious footage, an elephant was seen plodding along a motorway in Calabria just a few feet away from a supermarket. The way the video shot, it looks like the elephant is heading towards the store. Local media said the elephant broke free from a nearby circus, but was returned. That said, local sites said the elephant did manage to reach the store and might have been drawn there by the smells. You see, elephants have a keen sense of smell and can detect sources of water up to 12 miles away. Earlier this year in West Bengal, a trio of elephants stomped through a hospital. Good news if you like a good conspiracy theory like I do. A 2-kilometer wide structure was spotted by satellite images. It's in Antarctica. It's the mysterious pyramid in Antarctica. Social media users and conspiracy theorists are claiming a mysterious triangle structure in the snowy and icy continent is the newest wonder of the world. You'll find this in Antarctica's Ellsworth mountain range if you happen to be there. It's very similar to the Great Pyramid of Giza. One social media user said, this structure belongs to the civilization which existed before the flood about 10,000 years ago. Antarctica was warm. But geologist Dr. Mitch Darcy is having none of this. He says it's a mountain. The pyramid-shaped structures are located in the Ellsworth Mountains, which is a range more than 400 kilometers long, so it's no surprise there are rocky peaks cropping up above the ice. The peaks are clearly composed of rock. It's a coincidence that this particular peak has that shape. It's not a complicated shape, so it's not a special coincidence either. By definition, it's a nunatak, which is simply a peak of rock sticking out above a glacier and ice sheet. This one has the shape of a pyramid, but that doesn't make it human construction. No one said it was human construction. It's clearly aliens. Meanwhile, a German shepherd has taken a clutch of abandoned ducklings under his wing. Ben the dog used to be friends with an adult duck. The adult duck flew away and left behind these ducklings. Julie McGuire said the ducklings were found abandoned in a stream by orchard workers who watched for 8 hours, but mom duck never came back. So Julie started to take care of them in her home until they could survive outdoors by themselves. Julie said the dog Ben is extremely curious and immediately wanted to know what was going on. Julie says he's very protective. He watches over them and makes sure the cat doesn't get too close. They're a little bigger now, and Julie's letting them roam free on her property and says if they decide to fly away, I'm happy with that. Good news if you're a sawfish, you guys are back, baby. Well, on a fishing trip with some students, a scientist happened to fish and catch a 13-foot sawfish. Dean Grubbs was hoping to catch a juvenile shark or a nurse shark or something like that for the students on his boat. Dean said, I was pretty sure it was a sawfish, but I remained stone-faced because I didn't want to disappoint the students if I was wrong. I saw the tail before the rostrum, so I lost my calm at that point and screamed, Sawfish! It's a sawfish! They secured the sawfish alongside the boat. One of the students returned to the shore to get a tagging device. It was the first sawfish to be tagged in Cedar Key in over 30 years. Sawfish were the first native freshwater fish to be put on the endangered species list. The tagging will allow the biologist to track the sawfish for 10 years to see where it spends its time. Gavin Naylor is the director of the Florida Museum of Natural History's Shark Research Program and said, what's remarkable to me is that they're creeping back to exactly the previous habitats and range from which they've been extirpated. New word to me. It's as if they have a deeply embedded knowledge of where to go. And are you ready for this headline? No, you're not, because the headline is, she quit her job to create personal jewelry from ashes and breast milk. That's right. Rachel has an unusual side hustle. After a year of breastfeeding her oldest son, she got a ring set with a pale white stone made from a powdered form of her own breast milk and thought it was so cool, she decided to take this up as a hobby. She makes $30,000 a year selling breast milk jewelry. She turns clients' breast milk into powder before making it into the item and can combine ashes and colored stones and designs too, with the average piece running $200. She said, I thought it was weird, but having the journey myself, I can definitely see why people want to carry that little part of the journey with them. When I hit that 1 year breastfeeding mark, I wanted to celebrate. I think every stay-at-home mom can vouch for how difficult it is to both work and look after kids, but it's worth it to me. My business is just a nice thing on top. Mother first, business second. That's your 5 good news stories for today. Follow the show for free on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you get your shows, and you have a great day.